everybody, and welcome to Iconic Production Mondays, where we're playing 13th Age. I'm your GM, JM, and with me as always is the as of yet unnamed group of adventurers who is currently exploring the region of the Southlands and the Desolates in the world of Tanar. So I'll give a little recap from last week, and then we're going to start off with Icon relationship roles, so we're going to have our players get their D6s ready, but I'll explain what we're doing here in a second. So last week, the group was presented to Boaz, one of the champions of the Provost of Druthan, who is sort of in charge of hiring new adventuring parties to kind of go out and help pacify, kind of civilize the region around. There are a lot of monsters wandering around there. There are a lot of dead, different things that have befallen since the Battle of the Herald. And as you guys were all engaged in explaining to Boaz why you should be given a badge and a symbol of authority in the town was attacked by mysterious undead, all led by these priests that had a red scorpion kind of mask on. You dispatched them quite handily, kind of being thrown together as you were, and discovered several things. One, this group is searching for someone known as the Cold-Souled One. You were able to, thanks to Vave's magic, figure out, take one of the priests and bring them back from the dead, and discovered that the Cold-Souled One is a gate through time, and that when asked what is on the other side of the gate, the response was, I am. And what have you been called this age and in the previous age? The Scorpion of the Desolates and the Daughter of Oblivion. So you guys went back to Boaz, gave your information up, and as you were sort of talking about, do we head into the sewers to rescue some of the townsfolk that were captured? Do we go on some of these other quests that are kind of going on with the town? You guys decided that, hey, if Boaz knew that he encountered the Red Scorpioness in this old ruin several days away from town, that maybe that's where you guys wanted to head. So you guys chose to head to the Van Sefan ruins. Along the way, you encountered a pack of zombie wolves, a general disturbance in the earth, thieves in some new ruins that were kind of freed during the disturbance, quicksand, and then another group of bandits blocking the path. We had a great montage, kind of jumped into what 13th Age is and how they handle certain different effects. And when you arrived at Van Sefan ruins, you saw evidence of Var, the spider-like beings that live in the deep dark, and a dwarf who was kind of suspended in the gate by Varwebs, stomach slit open shallowly, and slowly bleeding into a bronze ritual bowl. And that is where we're going to start. We're going to start with icon relationship roles. So before we kind of split out here, let me tell you what icon relationship roles are if you're not familiar with 13th Age. Icons are the movers and shakers of the world. They are the big named NPCs of the campaign. All campaign worlds have them, from the named people and places or the named people and organizations of the Forgotten Realms to your favorite video game. I'm sure you could pick out 5 or 6 icons just right off the top of your head. In this world, the icons that we're dealing with are... we actually have a very narrow band of icons, which makes me very happy as the GM. So, some of you have ties to Demoloth, the Demon Lord of Undeath. Some of you with the Red Alchemist, the mysterious alchemist and experimenter of the Desolates. Many of you have connections to the Guild of Falling Leaves, this black market trading guild that promises that for the most expensive price, they will deliver your goods in secret in no questions asked, and in a timely manner, traveling through plains and blockades and walls if necessary. Some of you have connections to the Wanderer, a force of order and light in the world, while others of you kind of have connections to the Rivner, a mysterious undead being that sort of seeks redemption by going through evil, as opposed to working necessarily on his own issues. And last but not least, one of you has ties with the Spell Queen of Esselin, sort of the Galadriel, if you will, of our world. So, what these icon relationship rolls, they're going to give everybody an opportunity at the start of every session. You're going to roll 1d6 for each icon point that you have with an icon. And on a 5 or a 6, you're going to be able to basically ask that icon to intervene somehow in the game. Whether it's with information they may have shared with you, or a spell that you need to have come through, or interacting with the organization, or icons that hate. If you come across an icon that hates your icon, then you can call in your icon's favorite pen and help you work through. On a 6, you get what you want, no questions asked. There's a little negotiating with the GM. You can't ask for the sun to fall over the sky and slay the area, but it gives you some narrative control. If you roll a 5, that is a little different. There is the icon comes through, but there's a complication to be determined by myself at the time of my choosing. So here's the thing with icon relationships. Because we're playing for about 3 hours. If you don't use them by the end of the session, don't worry. You're going to roll them again at the start of the new session. If you get nothing this session, don't worry about it. You'll get to roll them again at the start of the new session. If you fail to use them, you can't carry them over. So, with that, I need everyone to roll those d6s. And, Chris, we're going to introduce you here in a second. But you can go ahead and give me your icon relationship rolls and tell me what you've got. Who'd you get a 6 with?
I got a 6 with Guild of Falling Leaves.
Alright.
And 2.
Okay. Did you roll for all of your icon relationships?
I only had a 2.
You get 1 die per point.
Only 6s?
5s and 6s.
Okay.
Oh, that's a 4.
I got one of the Rivner.
Okay. 6. Alright, so if I give them to you, you put them the green side up means you have a 6. Red side up means you have a complication. That's just how they help you remember. So, we're using the campaign coins icon tokens, which are fantastic.
Yes, sir.
I assume it's .com. I could.
Thank you.
Guild of Falling Leaves. Becca, did you get anything?
I have a 5 with the Red Alchemist.
Alright, Red Alchemist. Paul and Rachel?
I got a 5 and a 6 for the Wanderer, and I didn't get anything for the other.
Alright, the Wanderer symbol is the Great Gold Dragon. Rachel, did you get anything?
I got a 5 with
You got a 5 with the Rivner. Did you get anything?
Got nothing.
Well, it's
okay.
That's fine.
That's how it goes.
Stuff happens.
Alright, so there you are, standing at the base of the causeway that heads up the side of the cliff to this ruined keep. And in the archway of stone, you can see where the Van Sefan family crest would have been over the gate, but that capstone has been lost. And as I said before, there is currently a dwarf strung up. You can't really make out anything about him save for his face and his beard. And kind of the outline of him in the webbing. And where he's sort of bleeding through. The webs seem to sort of be filtering the blood as it falls down into this bronze basin. That is where we will start off. We will do one more, as it's week 2, we'll do one more set of character introductions when you meet up with Chris's character, just so everybody's on the same page. Watching, you could be caught back up to speed, and we will continue. So,
I lean over to Trev, and I hand her another, rabbit drumstick, and I go, no, I don't think that you had anything to do with this. Who wants to get the dwarf down?
Not me.
Please. Please. Sorry.
I can help.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. If
Roll a
she
new
walks
character.
forward, I'm gonna watch.
Do I have to roll?
See if
Or can I just
anything-
go?
Nope, you can just say what you're doing.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna start just like pulling things to see what happens. Like maybe this string will work. I'll pull this one. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, and I want to take my stick and like hit it a lot. Maybe.
She wants you to stop. I'm
As
gonna
you
come
do
up
that,
and
you
stop
can see more blood starts.
Okay, I stop. I stop the chaos mage. Hey, why? Maybe
Because.
not.
I don't
I
want
think you're
to,
hurting them.
but I'm gonna walk up there and attempt to cut one of them. Cut one of
The strands
Still
part
borrow my
pretty
stick?
easy. Cool. Yeah.
You need something sharper.
Yep. I'm just gonna.
You hit the ground with a grunt of pain. And you guys all hear like the heavy sound that sort of resonates with the earth as his right hand hits the ground. And you can see that there is some hammer that has also been webbed up with his hand.
We did it.
I'm gonna nudge you with my foot and say, "Hey, do you need anything?"
Means so much.
Means so much.
I'm open. I just.
Yeah, we can give him a healing potion. No, we're
No.
not going to eat him.
Doesn't.
I purposely just ignore that. Is he a rabbit? No, he doesn't have long ears. He's got a long beard, but not long ears.
He's pretty small.
No, put him back.
I'm
Put
not
him
a
back.
snack. But they thought I was, and.
Sword,
So,
Please help me.
so how'd you get up there?
Hey, you want to pour one of the
We
healing
do.
potions on him?
I want to know more about him before I.
I
Give him stuff.
don't
You do. You have two.
precisely recall
I don't know
there
why
was
we
a
gave them
lot
to you.
of action down in the mines and something grabbed. That's where I went kind of dark.
Well, here's a healing potion. It'll make you smell better. And heal you.
Now, I can't guarantee much about my smell, but the healing is definitely good.
healing potions are poured over wounds, so
Dribble.
so maybe they do make you smell better. What do your healing potions smell like?
Lavender.
Eucalyptus.
Ooh, that's good.
It's a better word.
Yes.
Not a koala.
You definitely the dwarf does smell better and seems to have stopped bleeding.
Good.
So, do you want to introduce your character, and then we'll go around the circle as we kind of meet the last member of our party?
So I'm feeling a little bit better. I stand up.
I'm so sorry for what you're about to see because it's going to be terrifying.
That's right.
My name is Sarul.
It's gonna be weird.
I've been living the entirety of my life down in these mines. You're the first. Excuse me?
Go ahead and keep. I'm just going to interject as the narrator, like in a popular show narrated by Opie.
Spent the entirety of my life in these mines. And frankly, the first outsiders that I've seen, ever. Some strange, shadowy beast attacked me. And here I lay, with one of my two hammers. I'm not happy about being separated from my second hammer.
You can feel that it's close, though. So, as this dwarf stands before you, you see a couple of things. His armor sort of lies in a pile next to the bronze bowl, bronze basin. You can see that he has been marked, like branded very recently with 3 falling leaves on his chest. And most assuredly, you are not in a mine. In fact, there's no evidence of mining anywhere around here. There is no evidence of any other dwarves. In fact,
Well, this guy's nuts.
Sounds a little crazy.
We've got enough crazy for one party, I think.
You
Well,
are, yes.
we're going to let you introduce yourself to Darul, and then we'll kind of just go in a circle, end with Paul, and get back to our adventure.
All right.
Okay, well, my name is Y, like the letter. I am a Chaos Mage Wood Elf. I'm the daughter of a royal family who sold me to be experimented on by the elemental... demons?
Sure.
Yeah, and they wanted to give me powers and things, but what actually happened is I got all of them, and it made me a little cuckoo up here.
I really think you should change your story every single time.
That would be awesome.
But yes.
Oh, also I have a stick. And
It's a very interesting
It's
stick.
a very interesting stick. No matter where I put it, I can always find it again. Oh, also, I live in the woods. Alone. The majority of the time. But I'm here now, and look at all my friends. I have so many.
Uh-huh. So, this pair here is a little unconventional. You cannot see most of my face, but I am an elf. I'm a plague elf to be specific. I do not have any weapons on me. I have a bag from which seems to be an endless supply of rabbits. And next to me is my friend, the Varthan Spider Woman, in her cloak. My name is Ka Lin, and this is Trip. And we kind of go together like peanut butter and jelly. Ham and cheese.
I don't know what peanut butter and jelly is.
Rabbit and sauce.
Okay.
Rabbits.
Yes,
Ooh, I
we
want to
should.
get a glass of milk.
Yes. Yeah. So, if you speak Varthan, feel free to interpret.
Nope.
Good answer. Most of us don't.
No, we're not killing him yet. But by the way, do you have any money on you? He's gonna roll ya. How much these hammers worth to you?
I have no money on me. I have things of value, but for you sparing my life and helping me escape, I can certainly be of use and be in your service.
Maybe we
He
can
owes
keep
us.
harvesting his blood.
Oh.
I've only got so much more blood left.
It grows back.
I'm the one I was gonna say. I'm the one who looks terrifying. She sounds terrifying.
She might, she's a little weird. Just throwing it out there.
I might have just written crazy on my notes. You can verify this for me, right?
Yep, definitely sounds crazy.
Chaos Mage, crazy.
It is. It has a Y in it.
Crazy.
Meant to be.
And sweet. Moving on.
Alright, Babe.
Yes.
I'm Babe. I'm Oxen Necromancer. This is my mini.
Oh, that's delightful.
It's awesome.
So amazing.
And it's super heavy. Wait, do I have the same one as last time?
You do.
Oh,
Yellow.
It's so awesome. I don't think
I'm
We're using...
I am significantly impressed by that.
It is JM Jeans.
So,
I was a warlord in the past.
We don't know that yet.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Yeah,
what are you talking
there
about?
we go.
Okay.
Describe only as you see now.
She has a skeleton standing behind
Oh
her.
yeah.
The skeleton
Sparky.
named Sparky.
He's a lot of fun. Yeah, he
He's
killed the.
real bad at hitting things.
Well, he killed the wolf last time, so
He's
I don't know what
just
you're talking about.
This is freshly raised.
He's just a little short on muscle.
That was a good one. I'm proud. Well, on that note, I am Miles, a Pantheran rogue. So, I don't know how much you know about Pantherans, but
Do you have two tails?
face, no. I have
It seems
one.
like your
Not yet.
tail's moving so quickly. It seems like there's two. What's the?
I think you might have lost a little bit of blood there. I think that's pretty good.
There's your
Good thing right there.
Like that very could be.
Should we try to put it back in?
It's,
No.
The healing
Please,
potion.
please, I want my blood back.
You
There-
mentioned
there's
you
a
wanted
big-
to collect some. I think there's a big vat of his blood.
There is a
if you
big
wanna-
basin of blood
It's-
just sort of...
But you're
Okay,
sticking
I'm
it.
sorry, what
swirling
dibs?
around
The
a
chaos
little.
Chaos Mage called dibs on your blood.
No. What I need clarification on is whether or not she called dibs on drinking my blood or putting my blood back.
She just called dibs on your blood.
That's what I'm worried
There's-
about.
Oh,
There are no rules on what's going to happen with your blood.
So, there
I
you
got
stand, Van Tessen,
So I had
or
my inventory.
Van Sefan
So you have
ruins
a
sort of open
vibe.
before you. And you can see the large courtyard is lit by moonlight, which should be your first indication that
You're not underground.
you're not underground. There's a whole wheeling world of stars above you, Darul.
I'm holding onto the grass. This is not.
Have you ever been out of the mines before?
No, this is. Am I gonna fall off?
Yes.
This is definitely the big hungry that they've always told you about.
Mm-hmm.
The fallen dwarves. This is the big hungry. So,
That's what he thinks.
He's gonna blow up.
No,
Fly off
it is
the
a good
world.
joke.
I pull out my crossbow and ready it and aim it and grab on back with the left right hand. I don't know which is right. Doesn't matter. Just gonna aim it at the
your dwarf left.
large. Yeah, my dwarf. Just aiming right at that spider.
I step between it.
I'm gonna walk over and just
Part of the
lower,
cards and take
just
them out of my
lower
hand.
that a little bit.
Your cross-
a little lower.
Crossbow bolt, whatever the heck
Yeah.
it is.
Your
Oh,
bolt
that works
disappears
too.
out of the carriage on your crossbow and appears in her hand.
How about?
Yeah, don't do that.
Makes a nice twang.
Don't threaten her.
I'm loading the second one.
I lower it again.
This time it just falls off.
She's not a spider.
What in?
She's not going to eat you.
What is
Spider
Are there
person.
any spiders around here?
There's definitely has to be. There's a ton of fresh bar webs.
There's-
He doesn't look like he's been here more
What's-
than...
I'm gonna start
You're an
looking.
abomination.
what's
Yes.
what's
You know
what's
that.
what
I want to start looking for
I-
something to hold,
got
like
a
a
big
liquid
basin?
of sorts in.
I'm
You
gonna.
could take the empty healing potion bottle.
Do it.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get some of that blood.
That is nasty.
That's
You know
real weird.
that amount of blood from that shallow of a cut would probably only take... I mean, he's only been bleeding out for about an hour.
I want to go look for
So
what is wrong.
Give me a perception roll.
I would like to use my assassin background.
Oh, sure, go for it. Wisdom plus level plus background.
Can I also look for? Can I use the background of? I'm literally a Marthan.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
18.
18.
I have no background in. I'm
the background. I'm like,
Give me your wisdom roll there.
Oh, PlayStation.
Yeah, you're a Barthen stagehand, so
crack under that.
Just taste to see Barton.
I'm gonna investigate the basin.
okay.
I'm actually gonna
What was the
use
13?
my temple diplomat
Okay.
as an interesting turn because they would have sacrificed things maybe in these temples, and I would have known if it was
Oh,
something
yeah,
like
yeah. Give me an intellect plus temple acolyte or temple diplomat background plus level, and you have a nice lukewarm jar of dwarf blood. You can write that down.
that. 19.
I did actually.
Write that down.
I'm gonna need that back.
You got most of your blood.
You don't want
You'll be fine, dude.
We'll make more. It's fine.
Let the crazy
Just-
lady do what she does.
We already called dibs.
What's going on?
It's the laws of the
That
forest.
is my blood. You can't call dibs.
All right, so hold on. Here's what you find out. Something is definitely weird about this. It is inscribed with runes, and they're dwarvish runes. Can't read them, but you can see that the moonlight. At first, you think the moonlight just kind of catches like the top quarter of the basin, but as you watch, the one on the left dims out as the one on the right brightens, and it just keeps traveling around the circle. The light does, sort of reflecting the moonlight. You have seen things like this. This is perversion magic, which is sort of the gods who are in charge of Shadow's Reach. They do a lot of blood sacrificing, and there's a type of cleric in their temples known as the Blood Ladders.
Blood ladders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man,
You,
ask
one
for
quick,
clarification purposes.
in a second, yes. Trip. Yeah, those are Varthan webs. You know them anywhere.
Varthin?
Well, Var webs. They're not as refined as your webs.
I feel like that's a whole other issue.
That's a whole level of yeah. You got a what?
18.
Yeah. There's a lot of Varling tracks. And when I say a lot, I mean 4 or 5 nests full. So Varlings are the smallest of the Var. They are about the size of an Afghan wolfhound. And they basically have 6 legs, a set of small, deformed, human-like claws, and then a human face with the lower jaw of a spider.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Must be hard to eat.
There are...
Eat them or eat you?
Alright, so the rule, you had a clarification question. What is it?
In my expertise, with the Underdark and
The Deep Dark.
the Deep Dark, thank you.
Not the Underdark. Legally distinct places that
Two.
both exist under the.
Just so happened. 4 or 5 nests. Too much for us to handle?
If they all came at you at once.
We may want to return in daylight.
Why?
Why would you? Why I hear that?
You twang it, and then you kind of touch, and you just feel the vibration sort of head off, and you can feel it fracture, and then fracture again, and then definitely drop below ground as the timbre changes.
Something
And
is wrong. In the
you do
lines.
feel sort of that answering skitter along the west. Something's
Quick, make us a
I
little
saw
house.
that.
Yeah, why would you do that? I saw that. I don't have to know what you. I don't have to know how you speak to know what you just did.
She'll bring out her little...
She wants to talk to them.
They're gonna kill you. You're
I
some
think
sort of weird
We should.
humanoid thing that
She's
they want to kill.
actually a higher level of Var.
They're outside.
And I'm going to ready
Okay.
my crossbow again.
We should back up. Maybe a couple steps. Just kind of scoot y'all on back.
So how would you guys be standing here?
I'm right behind her.
All right.
I'm pointing my crossbow directly at her.
Okay.
Again, for the
Dave?
third time.
Right where I'm at is perfect.
All right. Do you want Sparky
It's
in
10
the
miles,
front,
not-
behind?
Just
put him next to me.
Yeah, that's
This
Okay.
mouth is like.
How's the little web cage that he was being held in? Is that still could
It's kind of up here at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna stand behind everybody.
I guess I was kind of standing next to the dwarf, so I'm gonna be over by the dwarf.
All right.
Cool.
All right. You see, kind of coming out of trap doors that you didn't sort of see in the ground where the webbing has kind of come over pits.
Man. Trapdoor Var. Wonder who came up with that one.
Actually, Berlin's always out of holes like that.
So Mark didn't make up anything new. So I
The
don't know
larger
if he
ones
used
he did.
It's a lot of creepy, spidery thingies.
it. Their moves.
Well, yeah.
Talk to it.
They do happen to speak bar.
Okay, can I just speak, or should we...
Yeah, you can just speak.
Or should
Have
you
a
guys
whole
chitter
conversation.
together?
Or we could have a whole conversation in clicks for a half hour and then just pass notes back and forth.
Ooh, I'll
No,
sit
okay.
down.
Nah, not about that life.
Okay.
No.
Okay. This is a very Clips of Mars moment, because I was like, yes, I had no idea what I was going to do next.
How long we want to keep their dwarf?
she is going to ask if they, she's going to motion to where the ruined web is. She's going to first apologize for the ruining, but she is going to say, do they know if was that for them or is that for something else?
Oh, the flesh was for us. The blood was for something else. The Great Drainer requires it.
The Great Drainer?
The Great Drainer.
What's the Great Drainer?
And they all kind of go as the one in the center talks.
I really enjoy this because, like, I understand what's going on, and I'm like, no!
Is the Great Drainer that way? She's going to point towards the ruins.
Oh,
Let me know if you
yes,
want me
the
to
Great
interpret.
Drainer is.
Yes, please.
Just talk to us.
We will tell you where the Great Drainer is at.
She'll, like, she'll let her arms just kind of...
For the dwarf and
I leave that part out.
one of the ones that smells of life.
She smells
No.
like
I was about to say, that's why I was
Nope.
like...
Nope. They're all like, no.
I think I smell like lavenders.
death. What smells like life? No, take her!
And you kind of point towards her. They're like, blood is poison. Smell it from here.
That one.
Even the Great Drainer would not want it.
FYI, I've stopped interpreting. Just want you guys to know.
All right. So what I need
I knew
to
she
do-
pointed at me. I heard a nod from them. I know what they're coming for. I'm not about
All right. I need Darul and Miles to give me perception rolls. How would you detect? I don't know. Possibly an ambush.
rival temple infiltrator?
Sure.
I'm definitely going to use that.
Life in the mines.
Yep. All right. So it's a wisdom plus
So,
wisdom plus level plus background roll.
while they're simultaneously doing that, what she's going to tell them is she's going to say, well, I'm actually going to personally hand deliver them to the Great Drainer.
You know, they want them to eat.
They kind of talk amongst themselves. What'd you get?
Natty 19, so 24. Or excuse me, 23.
23?
13.
Okay. So before you say that, you guys don't see it.
Bullocks.
Shoot.
Cool.
They sort of pop up behind.
They're kind of cute.
How? No!
I adore Babe. I just want you to know that. Babe's like, aww. There's a little bit in Colin that goes,
I'm going to give Vave a not nice gesture.
Does it involve...
You don't
one of
see
the
what she's
things-
talking about, so...
I mean, she just sold my life over to these bars,
I did
so...
nothing, okay?
That's
I'm just
true.
here.
I haven't sold anything.
And she's not trained... Well, okay, she did point.
She
Well, I
pointed.
pointed.
You
She
were taking
pointed.
them to
They
the Great
acknowledged.
Yes.
But there are many of them, and only one of you.
Do you not see the other ones that all smell like death? The Great Drainer doesn't want them, but they are handy for fulfilling the Great Drainer's purposes.
Great unsealing. To Varlings, everything that's larger than them is great, so they use that adjective a lot.
One,
So she should be the Great
great.
Vorthin.
Yeah.
So I am the Great.
You are the great... You are obviously...
I am the Great Vorthin.
And I'm the great Y.
You can't hear this.
nobody knows.
Yes. You are definitely...
Yes, I've stopped
the
translating.
great trip.
I've definitely stopped
We-
translating.
We will escort you.
Yep,
The
I'm
choice
still just...
of the ones that smell like life.
I'm gonna be like
Okay.
on the
We
floor
have
behind
tasted
my
the blood of the underworld.
I don't see it.
His flesh is salted from years of sweat,
Hold on one
just
second.
the way we like it.
So wait, does she know? Is the vat of his blood still there? Or did
Yeah.
she clean it all out?
No, she got... That's like 5 vials worth of blood.
Okay.
She definitely got
so
like
there's still some
a
left.
solid like... Did you wipe it off, or did you just kind of...
Just holding it. It's like dripping off my hands, but it's behind my back now so that they can't see that.
That's right. Are your hands covered in blood?
Yes.
Just what?
They both would be. Let's be real.
And they're
Yeah.
both behind my back.
Yeah. See, she was trying to fulfill our orders even before we saw you all, as you can tell by her bloody hands of the salty one, the great salty one.
Great salty.
Yeah, I was totally
Oh.
stopped translating. You guys are not hearing any of them.
Great.
So
salty
if you want to escort, how about you only bring an escort of
6.
6?
They start counting, and they get to, 1, 2... Great number of varlings. Yes, we shall escort you, the mighty ship.
Like I said, anyways, shh.
Okay.
Ooh, the arms of the great trainer.
Yes.
Maybe ask for one.
All right, so what I
nest
need
of
from
leaves.
you is I need
Just one nestle?
any sort of,
One nest.
I'm going to need a level plus charisma plus bullshitting background roll to
Okay.
see how effective you are at
I'm sorry, can that be your background? Because,
Yeah, no,
I
like
wanna put a
legit-
little
Fortune
twist
teller,
in-
come on. Bullshitting background.
There you go.
Alright.
I suppose that's deception.
Well, good.
What was your total?
Doesn't matter. What is a 1?
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh!
Wait.
You do have a
Weaver.
reroll token.
I can redo that.
Okay. With your Fate Weaver powers?
Actually, I'm gonna use the reroll.
Oh, you may
token.
use her reroll
That's
token.
her
I'm gonna
token.
put that die right there.
There we go. So.
Pretty much.
Raise the host.
That's a natty 20, so
Oh my!
Big change.
nailed it.
All right,
But
so
also
what
I'm
I
still
need
going.
you
So
to
that's
do...
a 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 20. That's a 29.
So what I need from you is I just need you to do me a
Solid.
really solid favor and roll D8 for me.
Yes.
That's Nate.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
So here's what you guys see. The chittering stops, and 8 of the Varlings kind of come out and form an honor guard around Trip, while even more of the Varlings step out,
Rolling low.
It didn't happen.
and 20 Varlings surround you, but 8 are definitely forming an honor guard around Trip, and they start escorting you into the ruins. How do you feel about
What are the odds of us actually killing these things?
The 8.
that? They are
20.
all mooks. So
No
I'm
way.
supposed to tell you that. Just GM.
The only the 8
I'm
are
drawing my
coming
hammer.
now.
They're all coming with you, but the 8 are your
You got 8 on
No,
you.
I'm drawing
is
my
what
hammer.
is
No. Like, they bowed to you. You are the Great Trip.
Crossbow, shield, drawn.
Okay, so
hammer.
You can
drawn.
see them. They're kind of scraping off some webbing off of their shoulders, where all of them have kind of this marking on their back of what kind of seems to be kind of a pointed, like maybe raindrop or like tear or something like that. Varlings are not like Varling art doesn't exist, but more importantly, if it did, it would be really bad.
Yeah.
So, but you see these 8 kind of they kind of tear at it and they pull the webbing off.
Okay, so I have a sneak. Okay.
Do I recognize
It's too mangled.
But they pulled it off, so
They have pulled
cast
it
it
off.
aside.
They have cast it aside onto the ground. That one smells like lavender and blood.
Uh-huh. What does this one smell like?
Poison.
What does this smell like?
You smell like us.
I assume we
Lavender and
see-
life, poison, us, dwarf jerky, the grave. That kind of dry and musty smell in the darkest of dark caves where nothing else lives. Yeah.
Shrooms.
Wait, I'm sorry. How does that smell like darkest of dark, but literal dwarf smells like salt?
I don't. These dwarves are sweaty. They work in the forge. He doesn't express any of this. He just says he smells like salt. Salted meat
Tasty
on
meat
legs.
jerky.
So
Yeah, how many
Like,
other?
you
Do I have any other weapons?
You can't hear any of this.
Yeah, but
We're
you
just clicking.
I'm just. Yeah, no.
So
I'm
they
listening.
lead
I
you
drew my
into the
weapon
courtyard.
prior to this
Are you
conversation.
going or are
I
you
have all
staying?
my
here's the
weapons.
thing: if we don't go, that's 20 on.
Well, will they
4.
all stay? If
But if we
Or-
go,
no.
then there will be 20
I
and the
specifically
great
asked
against
as the great
us.
trip that only 6 accompany. I will accept 8.
Oh, they tell you that they have more who are waiting to guard. It is the least that they can do for the great trainer to present these to make sure.
Elf.
It's
we don't need all the
I
20.
don't know if she's.
Elf.
The problem is we got 8 on our side.
Some of them are a little skeptical of you, but the 8 are like, the 8, the trip be praised!
So,
Elf.
8 of them are our friends.
So I guess here's the thing.
Elf.
We're about to go in.
Do you really believe that the Great Drainer
Why?
would be so stupid
Because I let
as
Trip
to
talk.
appoint incompetent knights?
Elf.
Knights of the Great Drainer. Going in the notes.
What?
Do you want to
What do
die
you
out
think
here where your soul will be sucked up into
of
the
you
sky and
Bartley,
dispersed
if you
into the
think
great
that
hunger?
you
Or
do you want to come back
questioning the
inside
Great Drainer's
and,
authority and
when we-
decision
Elf,
making
you seem to
process?
know what's
Alright,
going
let me come
on.
back to you in a second. Alright, so hold on. What are the rest of you doing?
I'm definitely looking around because I see a lot of.
You do see a lot of Varlings.
I'm
Are all of
definitely.
them
My
gonna
hands on my blade
follow?
for sure.
They do kind of feel like they've hedged you in.
Are they all gonna follow if she goes inside?
You
Or
do
some
not
of
know
them
at this point.
I want to be like kind of laughing, like this is fun, but I also want to go behind the please.
You kind of feel this stick in your back, kind of prodding you forward enough so that Y can step behind you on the board, as opposed to just building more boards.
I don't feel good about this.
I am not disagreeing with you, but
What do we know?
Can we just kill
Are
them?
We know
these
everything
guys
now?
undead?
I want to
at
kill
all?
them.
Okay.
there
That's what I have.
are 28. She is convincing them that she's on their side. I think if we can somehow make it seem like the other 20 attacked us, the 8 that are...
There are only
currently-
20 total.
Oh, the other 12. Oh. Okay,
That's different.
here's the deal. I need to say this so that the Varlings don't listen.
They don't speak common.
Oh, they don't?
No.
Do they understand common?
No.
Excellent. So I'm gonna lean.
Such a recurring question.
And
It's like they've gamed with me for a while.
But do they understand it? Okay. So I lean in and go. So if we can make it seem like the 12 randomly attacked us, and we fight back, the 8 surrounding our friend Trip will help us.
I
That's a
want
gamble.
to kill them all.
I think someone with a nice sleight of hand
Can do.
might be able to convince.
Pride something.
Pride.
Shh. All I know is that your Chaos Mage is looking really twitchy.
What's new?
If either of you two were to be suddenly attacked at this moment, the 8 surrounding Trip would be on our side and help us.
Let me look for something real quick.
Could I maybe convince them to
Yeah, I keep thinking about
Wink,
that.
wink.
What was your question?
Nudge, nudge, wink,
well,
wink.
I
Set
Alright,
them up,
was
set
thinking
I'll
them
maybe
do
up.
I
it.
could
I'll make
use
it
one of
happen.
my spells to summon some kind of undead so they start fighting.
Oh, yeah.
Want me to
That
do
might work.
that?
Do you have a summon undead spell?
I have something.
Okay.
Command undead?
There are no undead out here, save for Sparky, which you could just command.
Sparky, do this thing.
Maybe he can fetch the screwdriver. Hammer.
How about I just use an icon? I have many icons.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to use my not 100% guarantee icon.
Okay, for what are you trying to use it for?
To get one of them to kind of attack us so that hopefully the 8 will help us not get killed.
Alright, so you're calling on the Wanderer, who is kind of a agent of light and order. Someone who tries to, like, defeat things like the Var. So how are you using that connection? Are you flashing, like, a symbol that would, like, enrage the Var, like an old...
I like that.
An old summoning...
I'm gonna... Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna show a symbol.
Okay.
And I'm gonna just have that be on the inside of my cloak.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna sort of whip it around behind me so that they see it.
Oh, they go for you, like, immediately.
Sweet.
You hear...
I'll give you this.
Now, so the complication is, guess who they're going after?
Me.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. I figured.
So,
Really,
We can go with seven.
as part of just clarification with some of these things, can you point out who we are where? Because I
sure.
missed-
Yep. This
You're
is
this
Babe.
side.
Yeah, that one I know.
Sparky.
Uh-huh.
Sparky the skeleton.
Y.
Uh-huh.
Colin. Trip.
Mm-hmm.
Miles.
Mm-hmm.
Darul. I even found a dwarf that had...
I just had that bad.
Alright, so, you don't know what happens. You see it out of the corner of your eye. This guy flips his cloak, and it looks like there's a number of symbols, like holy symbols on the inside of his cloak. You're used to, like, flashing them when you need to get into temples.
Exactly.
And one of them kind of reflects in this Varling's eye, and it goes berserk. It chitters at you. The Bright One is here! An agent of the Bright One! We will slay him in the name of the Great Drainer. Join us, Great Trip! And then one of them says, roll for initiative.
That sounds like something a bar would say.
I don't roll.
You don't roll. You go on 2.
Yeah.
What's your total? It's 2 plus your dex plus your level.
Oh, so 2.
Alright, roll up.
4.
Nice.
I rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
White one, the
We
great
roll a
gold
20
one.
on?
The great
D20.
the Wanderers. Yeah.
D20 plus whatever
20
your...
dex level?
yeah.
Yes.
Babe, what'd you get?
Wait, no, it's not dex level.
It's dex plus level plus d20 roll.
Dex level 20. Okay.
I wrote that down wrong.
Darul?
14. Is there a spot for initiative on this?
Y?
Let me help.
19.
Babe and Y on
No,
19.
there's not on this
7.
one.
That's a rough
Shoot.
go,
It's like right
Colin.
in here.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get him next time.
All right.
Good work.
Sure.
We're good.
Ow.
So,
Wait,
Precisely.
so they're rolling 1 or 7? Okay.
I thought it was a 7.
He definitely rolled
It was a 7.
I think it was a 1.
It was a
I'm
7.
not gonna lie.
He's
It was a
hoping.
7. It was a 7.
It ended on the 7, but it's a 1.
Aw.
It's okay. Just
We
because I
toast
go
got
last.
this, guys.
Oh, okay.
There's no cameras on your dice.
but I do.
It's a 1.
It's a 1.
I was gonna say,
I'm a
do
good
we
guy.
need cameras on our day?
All right, so we're going to do 1 round of combat,
We
and then
might.
we're going to take our break and kind of see where it's at. All right? So, Vave and Y, you are up first in any order, and then my Varlings, and then the Varlings devoted to the Great Trip. So, Vave and Y.
You should probably go first because I gotta roll a whole bunch to see what I can do.
Oh,
All right, go for it.
Oh, did you have tokens for her?
Tokens?
I did.
Come on.
I know.
Oh.
No, she prefers rolling. Right?
Who knows?
I do like rolling.
Who
I think
knows?
it's kind of fun. Alright. The at-will ones I can do as many times.
In a fight as you want. Yep.
Okay.
The once per battle you can only do once per fight, and once per day you can only do once per 4 fights.
Okay.
So.
Okay, I'll use Death Gauntlet.
No.
Death Gauntlet.
Yep.
Which is one nearby creature.
Alright, there is a ton of bar. You just pick your creature that you want to hit.
You should aim for the ones next to me.
So,
Because they're coming after me.
That's the one that is going to attack him.
Okay, that's perfect.
Alright, go for it. Now, when you kill a Varling, I want you to take it off the board and put it in front of you so we can see how many each person killed at the end. For just reasons.
For funsies.
yes,
For
let's
funsies.
do this.
There's nothing.
Alright, Gimli.
There's nothing.
Nothing
That
bad
only
will
counts
happen.
as 1.
16?
Versus?
PV?
That hits! So, we have these spectral hands that come out and start ripping at the creatures.
Ooh.
Okay.
I like. I also really like that you're using black dice for this. This is
That's exactly what's going to happen.
fabulous.
Yes.
And it says 1d4 plus intelligence on fire, ongoing negative.
Okay, so how much damage is that? Oh, so you'll just do that on their turn.
Okay.
So they have the ongoing damage. I'll remind you when they take it.
Okay.
All right, so you just see these spectral hands start ripping at the Varling. What does Sparky do? Where does he go?
He's gonna get this guy. Random.
All right, Sparky. All right, go for it.
We're all cheering for him.
I'm not. I'm definitely pessimistic about if he's going to hit or not.
Okay.
Not happening.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, Sparky.
Shoot.
11?
11 does not hit. All right, why? You are up. What type of spell do you have access to?
Yeah, so I have defense spells right now, and I'm like, oh shoot, there's so many, so I whip out my tentacles, and I'm like, alright, here we go. I put my jar of blood in one of my tentacles, because I can't hold it.
Yeah, no, totally.
And then, the next enemy that moves to engage me takes, 2d6 or 10 damage points.
Nice. All right. You just see your Chaos Mage bust out with like a half dozen tentacles.
Woo!
All right.
Her little arms too will come out.
That's right, you have arms too.
Yeah!
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I'm suddenly targeting the Chaos Mage.
I don't know why.
Yeah, try and take off my
Wow.
If any are,
Then you get the damage.
None of them
I would
come
not
past
attack
you.
me if I were
Okay.
you.
You can intercept this
I'm
one.
Okay, I'll
very
accept that one.
We don't like that one.
subtly turning towards you.
All right, so 10 of them are on you. Or sorry, 4 of them are on you, 4 of them are on Darul.
That's better. I'm much more okay with that.
And so there's just
Does a
random-
17 hit your AC?
Yes.
All right, so 2 of them hit. And I'm gonna. So you will take 6 points of damage, and you see one of them latches onto him, and seems to be holding on. So you will be taking ongoing damage, and if you don't save against it, all of the Varlings get Escalator against you, which means they add the escalation die to hit you.
No pressure.
You might want to change your escalation dice at 4.
Well, it's going to be this space here, so the camera can see it, but we're at 0 right now, so don't worry about it. 1 second.
Oh, thank you.
So you got 2 of them on you. You took a total of 9 points of damage, Miles, and you got 2 ongoing effects. Darul, they're rolling for you, bud. 1 hit, 2 hit. You take 6 points of damage, and they latch onto you.
My armor's off. That's right.
No, don't worry about it. In this case, you fight just as well. Because remember, your armor you could have picked it up and put it on during the time.
And that was what my
Yeah.
raise was about. Because when we were creating this, I don't remember talking about armor specifically. We talked about light armor, and I don't know what kind of modifier that was going to have on my AC.
That's already factored in.
Already factored
Yep.
in.
Do you want to have like runic tattoos that work as armor for you?
God, anything that I could put in
There you go.
Point. But no, as long as that's factored in, but okay. So I was just looking at my scores and I was like, I'm gonna get messed up.
That's
But
okay.
that's okay. 6 points of damage. Okay.
These are the 8 that are loyal to the Great Trip. One of them is attacking our abomination.
Wait, one of the ones that are loyal to me?
No. 17 hit Tracy.
I'll say that one needs to die.
You are fine. This one goes for Sparky. One goes for Y and takes 10 points of damage.
I'm so impressed
Right?
and offended at the same time.
So it kills. And those 2 to Y. Her flailing tentacles take out 2 of the Varlings as they come running in.
Nice.
Who do you want your people? Oh, I'm sorry.
Good
You get to
work.
roll your
Oh, yeah.
ongoing damage against your one guy.
I rolled...
You got 6.
Yes.
How many dice
2
have you
plus
killed so
level.
far?
Less level?
Oh, it's
And so far, the guilty strangles.
I have more
No,
comments.
that's attack. Hitting is just...
Yep.
So it's
5? Alright, you kill one. That guy definitely dies. Definitely dies. Alright, Great Trip. No! Defend the Great Trip is what you hear. Do you want them to, protect you or run into, combat?
Kill him!
You could tell them to
Excuse
protect the ones who are to be sacrificed to the great.
I was actually about to just say that.
Okay.
So if 4 can go to one side and 4 can go to the other.
Alright, these 4 are going to come over here. Oh, wait, I got to attack Sparky.
Sparky's really good at not hitting and not getting hit.
Yeah.
So it was brought up in our last Iconic episode. You wonder what spiders feed on when there's no other insects in your basement. That's what's about to happen right now. They fall upon their own.
Yeah.
Oh, they only hit once, so it's not dead. It's just angry.
Oh, good.
Sorry. The other 4 go running up.
Well, yeah.
2 and 2.
Okay. I got things.
1 hit. And nothing. Wow, these guys suck at hitting.
That's okay. I'm going to give them Boon of Destiny on my turn.
On your turn? All right. Darul, you are up. You're surrounded by Varlings. They're everywhere, man.
And the question is, how many can I hit?
With Whirlwind attack?
Yes.
What does Whirlwind attack say?
Does it hit me?
Trip is going to click very loudly
That's
to her to tell him, don't hit mine.
Can I tell which?
Not really.
I don't
The
care.
souls that are attacking you.
What does Whirlwind attack say?
It doesn't limit the number of.
So what does the actual attack line say?
You now deal normal miss damage with missed whirlwind attacks.
Nope, that's the feats. Go to the other side.
Trigger, you're engaged by 2 or more enemies. Yes, that's good. Make a whirlwind attack is the first action of your turn. When you're engaged by 2 or more, you take a -4 penalty to your AC and PD until the start of your next turn, then roll a separate melee attack against each enemy you are engaged.
You are currently engaged with 3. Oh no, you're engaged with 4. Go for it.
Go.
Just makes it that much easier.
Oh, shoot.
Do it.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, no.
The blood of the sacrifice is what they're screaming.
Bonus actions can only mean you just go, you get to have another action after one of your turns, right? Because I have a bonus action.
Okay. Is it a quick action, or?
It is a racial, and it is...
Oh, the extra standard attack.
No. Actually,
Yeah,
no,
pretty fun.
it's literally a bonus. Hold on, where am I?
Alright, we'll get
Come
to
back.
yours later.
I have a question.
Yeah.
My curling ram horn.
Yeah.
Can I hit more than one?
You hit 1. Are you doing it on everyone, or?
Yeah, right, I've got to roll a separate melee attack
On
against
each one.
All
Alright.
4, right?
Yep, so what'd you get on the first one?
17.
That does not hit. You need 18s or higher.
Okay.
No!
Not hit. That does not hit. So I'm a whirlwind of failure.
Okay. Well, you do 1 point of damage to each of them.
Yay!
Yeah. So spinning around in a flurry.
Hang on. It says you deal no miss damage
Oh, then you do.
with these attacks. I do no damage to them.
You don't. You look super impressive though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
In the
spinning
moonlight,
around.
the moon hitting the runes on
Yeah,
or your,
no.
yeah, you look
Yeah,
fantastic.
Probably because you don't have your second
And I gotta. Yep. That's,
Penalty for the next
How
round.
did you know?
Alright,
How do you know?
Darul, you will take 6 more points of damage. And I need 2 saves for you. 11 plus gets rid of the ongoing damage and the Varling that is currently attached.
13.
Okay, second one.
Whoa.
16.
16. Alright, we're going to need to get
these
to a
are
dice
heavy.
box.
Yeah, no, I forgot my dice box. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry about it.
I got these memorized.
Alright, it is Colin's turn, then Trip's turn, then Miles' turn, and then our break.
Alright, there is one there.
There's definitely one there in
Is
front.
it a standard action to put on oil?
Yes.
Put on oil.
What? I'm serious. What do you
I
We have special oil.
am
Makes you
going
strong.
to just attack.
Go for it.
20.
That'll hit.
3.
That hits good.
18 to hit.
It's an 18. And I am going to add onto my elemental claw,
Okay.
so an extra D4 to this.
Alright, so you see... you also hear the Varlings that are on your side start screaming, "Black nails! Black nails!" Because her claws come out, and you have black nails as well,
10.
so they are cheering for you.
10 damage.
You kill. Not only do you kill this one, but tell me how you kill another one that's engaged with.
And I want to use my movement to get up in that. Oh, 18's a crit against moves for me.
Oh, so you do 20.
I did 20.
All right.
So I just start clawing and spinning and
You
moving
hand those to
through.
her. All right. There is just a bunch of black goo as she goes tearing through the varlings.
Does anyone have another vial?
I start cheering. Black nails! Black nails!
Trip, you are up.
I definitely clip you one of them.
I thought we were taking a break before.
At the end of the turn.
Okay, well
Yep.
then, cool.
Trip, and then Miles. You're gonna take 6 more points at the end of your turn. Just have fun.
Unless I make a save.
You take the damage, then make the
Is
save.
is your turn up next?
Yes.
Like, okay, I'm actually gonna cast Boon of Destiny at him, so he can roll twice. You can roll. Oh wait, no, I have focus, so I'm gonna spend a focus and I'm gonna target 2 allies. So I'm gonna both of them. So both of them will be able to roll twice on their attack rolls, and the attack roll will also deal holy damage in addition to any other type, but that doesn't matter since they're not undead. But
Right.
still, they get to roll twice.
It's really important part.
So basically.
All right, and then you gather focus with your standard action.
So I'm back
Miles.
to 1 again.
I'm ready to hack and slice with this dagger that I've been holding for a long time.
All right, you also definitely feel like other stuff is happening in the world. Like some of this ruin falls apart a little bit. More varlings are being spawned in the ground beneath. Somewhere in the world, a kingdom has definitely fallen, and now it's your turn.
I do want to point out that you
Sounds
rolled
about
a
right.
1, but I rolled a 2, and yet I still went that much further ahead of you.
That's really impressive.
So, go ahead and roll. You do get sneak attack because you are engaged with enemies that are engaged with,
I'm aware.
you're
I'm ready
honest.
for that.
and you get to roll twice to take the higher.
Oh, I
Yep.
use my bonus
One less. Big trip, sorry.
I don't know how. So I can touch something and get a bit of an insight on it.
Yeah.
What is around me? Are just my varlings?
Just your varling.
I'm gonna touch one,
All right.
get a bit of and it's supposed to be a future insight.
Okay. You definitely see them escorting you into a vast underground throne room. That is definitely not human make. It actually looks to be of elven make. And there is a figure robed in shadow down here, and you definitely see 4 lit braziers, but each of the braziers is only one of them is filled with fire. You can see dust swirling in one of them. Across to the right of the one with fire, across from the one of fire, you can see like kind of a roiling cauldron of water kind of bubbling there, and across from the air, you just see this torrent of dirt that is flowing up and down into things. Miles, you're up.
I hit with 4 damage.
You hit?
Yep.
All right.
Sorry, I
What'd you
rolled
get to
20, not natural.
Yeah, you hit, and then
And
did
I
you
did-
add your sneak attack damage in?
I did.
All right. Well, guess what?
I'm definitely stabbing the one that's like on me.
Yeah, no, that's fair. You kill it. What does it look like?
I'm gonna... let's see. It's biting me.
It's definitely biting you.
I'm gonna put my dagger between me and its face and like slice through
off.
it.
All right, you take 6 more points of damage from the other 2 that are currently gnawing on you, and I'm going to need you to make 2 saving throws to see if they pop off, like the little ticklings they are.
I need to take 6 points of damage. I rolled a 13 and an 18.
All right, you no longer have any ongoing effects.
That's good because I would die.
Yes. With that, we are going to go on break for 15 minutes. We will be back in 15 to kind of finish this fight and see what's going on in the van. Sefan. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. crap, I almost said Fading Suns. Welcome back to... I'm running. I'm not slowly losing my mind. When we last left off, we were at the bottom of the combat round, so we're just going to get back to the top of the combat round. However, I just want to say sorry to everybody whose ears just popped because I hit my mic. And 2, thank you to all of our subscribers who have joined us over the last week, and to those who are supporting us with bits. That's just fantastic. Thank you. We hope you're continue to enjoy the gaming content that we provide for you at Iconic Productions. So here at the top of the round, we have Y and Vave and Sparky. Yes. Vave, what you got?
Okay, I'm gonna use Chance of Endings.
Okay.
It's at will. The nearby enemy with fewest hit points.
That would be... No, it does. That would be this guy here.
Okay. 19.
That definitely hits.
Okay. Nine
9 points of damage?
10 because it's level.
You don't always hit a level.
Oh, you
Yeah,
don't
no.
always?
No.
And it's a negative energy.
Okay, so that doesn't necessarily matter in this case.
Okay.
But when you shout your chance of endings, it kills 2 of them. What does it look like?
Well, I mean, since I'm a giant oxen, you can kind of see the sound waves.
Okay, and it just, pulps them?
Yeah.
Alright, pull these 2 off.
Nice.
That's not rule.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, please don't kill me.
Sparky, you're up.
Sparky, no, why?
Oh, and the escalation die is up. No, Sparky goes right after her.
Which is...
Her skeleton.
Yeah,
Well,
this guy.
yeah, no. Okay.
Okay, he's just gonna attack the one right in front of him.
Sounds good to me.
16?
Plus,
No.
Sparky should have a stat line. There you go.
22.
That hits!
Cool. 2.
2 points of damage. Alright, not enough to kill one, but he definitely connects and severs one of its legs.
Cool.
Why? As your tentacles recede back into your body, what is your next spell category that you're casting? Sure.
Do I
You have 1 feat. We will figure that out at the end of the session, unless you have one that you would like to pick right now.
It has to be adventure.
Has to be.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then it did.
So it'd be this one, if you want that.
What I could do for some more this one?
We'll
just figure it out later.
Okay,
That's fine.
sounds good. We'll do it after.
So I take my tentacles back in, right? And then I do like a spin around a lot.
Yeah.
And then I get a defense bonus of +2 to my. I'm gonna choose my physical defense.
Okay.
Until an attack against that defense misses you or.
Now, don't you have defensive work as a talent?
Yes.
So you should look at the defensive work ability on the Chaos Mage, because that will have something that triggers off of it when you have a defense spell. It'll be at the front of the packet, I believe. I can pull that up as well.
Oh, okay. And I just roll.
Yep. See what happens. That's basically your retired character. I'm just going to roll for that.
Okay, fire. Until the end of your next turn, when an enemy moves to engage you, it takes fire damage equal to your wisdom modifier.
Alright, so you just have fire that starts roiling out of you as you do the defensive spin.
Oh, cool.
Spinning. Maybe getting a little dizzy. You can make some more.
Alright. Oh no. This one just turns around and stabs one of your guys right in the face. And ends up killing 2 of them.
I'm okay with that, I guess. Unless Moose can kill afterwards.
It is just eating its own pod mates? Sack mates?
I'm
I don't
like one of the last people to go, but I'm running for it.
know. Okay. And that one is just gonna take another stab at you.
Okay.
That complication is...
Nat 20?
Yep.
Nice! I'm ready.
So that'll be damage.
I'm ready.
All right, you take 6 damage.
Okay.
And 6 ongoing damage.
Jeez, could be worse.
Wait, none of them are attached to me.
This one is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, it's all up on your back.
So I take both of those right now?
You
or
take one. You take the 6 now, and then you'll take the 6 on your turn
At the beginning or end?
at the end.
Okay.
All right. It is now time for the heroic Varlings. They both miss with double 7s. They're stunned. They're stunned by that little
May I interject real quick?
Sure.
I was meaning to use my roll with it, which
Okay,
is
so you can take-
momentum use.
You can take half damage. You'll take half the
Yes.
6, but you'll take the full ongoing.
I'm good with that.
Okay, go for it.
So I'm spending my momentum.
2 of them will attack the one on your back, and 2 of them, in their over-eagerness, will also attack you.
I don't suppose I can, like, get in the way of any of this.
No, you are not between them and
Yet.
Well, yet is always the case. You will take 3 more points of damage, sir.
Me?
Yep. And 3 points will be done to the Varling on your back.
Good thing I used that.
All right. It is now Darul's turn. Oh, he was super easy to hit. Should have just had them all attack him. But it's your turn. You are engaged with a bunch more Varlings.
A bunch more. How
I
many?
mean, you know that. Does Darul do that?
How many? How many?
There's 1 on his back,
Mm-hmm.
and then there are the 4 that seem to be following that other one's command.
Are you going right now? Don't forget to roll twice.
Do we get that constantly?
Oh, yeah.
It just stays for the whole battle.
Okay.
No, what?
I cast.
She gave you inspiration.
I basically inspired you, but I gave you what's called Bonds of or Boon of Destiny. So you get to roll twice for your attack.
No.
Is
We're
that
together.
a roll twice and keep better than 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
At
Okay.
advantage.
Okay. Thank
You know
you.
when it was just
Son.
us, you used to give me that.
Wow. One of the Varlings is like,
Okay, no respect.
It's fine.
I can't do anything right.
I'm upset, but it's fine.
you are the great Trip.
I'm finally gonna fire my crossbow.
We will suck the poison from her veins. You fire your crossbow?
Fire!
Is that one like literally on?
Yeah, there's one literally on you.
That's literally on
Now
you.
here's the thing. You
Yes.
just don't want to miss.
No.
Okay.
I
All right.
want it. Thank you.
Another one of the Varlings is like,
It's too late.
And you want
Fire my
that
crossbow
one?
at the one that's on his back.
I told you you were bad luck.
You didn't miss really bad.
Can I? I'm gonna use it.
Oh no, you re-roll.
No.
You know
You
you
get a
get your
reroll.
second roll.
Oh, excuse me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
get
Thank
2.
you. Yeah, no, I'm still gonna use this. Pass it along. Thank you.
so here's the thing though. How is the Rivner going to help you reroll here? Like, how are you going to call on the Rivner to do that? It's a complication, and I already happen to know what the complication is.
Okay.
No.
So given
You can just have that joke out.
Yep, take it. Given the Rivner's propensity towards chaos and uprighting the balances of justice, I think that is something that...
Sometimes justice gets a little messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roll to hit. Go for it. What'd you get? What was the roll?
Mhm.
Trace? Alright, go ahead and roll your damage.
It's alright, I'm dead. It doesn't
You
matter.
got to go negative stagger.
Wait. Hold on. No, you're not. I got this.
Please.
Did you say help or please don't?
No, please help.
Wait, are you staggered or he's staggered?
Oh, I'm about to die.
So here's the thing. He got a really good hit on that varling on his back. So good that it kind of went right through the fleshy bits and into his back.
Literally.
I thought you guys were friends.
Okay.
But I was trying.
I'm sorry.
Oh, he did cut you out.
No, you got
Yeah, I just
hand that one down to Chris.
I just.
Hey, you got one.
How much
counts
of
as
that
one.
damage comes to me?
All of it.
Oh, okay, that's what I was worried about.
If he kills him, does he
Where's
get to
five?
keep his mini?
Help?
Yeah. If he kills you, you get to keep his mini. That's the laws
Hey,
of the fight.
Might as well pass it over.
No,
I'm
you
at
got to go to negative stugger.
I am at negative points.
Wait,
No,
wait.
right, so what's your total hit points?
I am at 3
What's your total hit points?
21.
You have to go to negative 11 before you die. You're just unconscious.
I'm at negative
Just
4?
The Great Trip provides a buffet.
5?
only 5.
I'm at
Only
negative
5,
2.
fortunately.
You also take another 3 points of damage from that ongoing.
Yep, negative 5 it is.
Okay.
And I'm going to need you to roll that save.
And my character's gonna die today.
Wait. Hold on.
I definitely failed.
Okay, so you will take ongoing damage on the
fuck
next
is it?
turn. You guys have one turn
Okay.
to save Miles.
Alright, no,
Yeah,
I got
Don't worry,
this.
I have a really special thing that I do when characters die. So
No.
It's
I'm
called
gonna-
tear
I'm
up
gonna-
the character sheet.
it's called the Death Salute.
No.
It's called
Colin, then Trip, then Miles.
Alright, no, I got you.
You got it?
I got it.
Can you bring me positive?
I can
6?
literally cancel out your dying.
Okay.
Fate Reserve. You can
I'll take anything.
everyone.
So technically, we have one left.
I guess
You have one
Do
left.
we have to fight all of them?
You don't have to fight all of them if you don't want to. They are worshiping the Great Trip. They do seem that like, you know,
Pretty
like when
interesting.
other Varlings fall in battle, they're kind of fresh meat. So they're kind of like half of their eyes are looking towards Trip. The other half of their eyes are definitely eyeing up Miles's body.
Actually, I
I'm going to sprint over to the last other Verling, leaping over Vape, and attempting
If
to.
you're going to leap over Vave, I am going to need an athletic. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you can climb on the horns with like a jungle gym. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yes, they're made of plastic and stamped with Fisher Price.
That's just a 16.
16? Not
Um,
good enough.
so what I'm going to do then is spike up.
Right? What does that do?
Well, my spine, so I'm extend spikes. That's pretty cool.
That's so
And until the end of my next turn, when a melee attack is done against me, I deal damage to them.
Alright, and
Because they
you
get
take
spiked
miss
in.
damage, yes.
I do give this damage.
Of what?
1.
Alright.
So yeah.
It is now Trip's turn, and then Miles' death save.
Okay.
Miles is.
Alright,
That's
so
You gonna save?
I'm first gonna do Mend the Corporeal Fabric, because I'm gonna spend a focus.
Because his corporeal fabric is rent.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm so sorry.
So that's gonna be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So he heals for 23.
Nice.
holy moly.
You go to 0,
You go to 0.
and then you go up to 21 because that's the size connection again.
You're fine!
I don't go all the way up though, because I'm at negative 5.
No, you always heal to 0, and then you take the healing.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
I'm very okay with this.
So you are officially like super alive, right?
Yep.
He's like, really
Super, super.
Okay, then I
It
don't.
is almost as if the
MVP,
damage
but-
never happened.
Super having
Literally.
an
right.
MVP.
I think
Okay.
I hang out with her.
So then I am not going to do this because I don't need it anymore. Actually, you know what? No, I am. I'm going to, for the duration of this session, temporarily change a background of yours. You will have a +5 because I'm going to switch out my background. God, hair, get the mother. This is just Gosh darn it!
You didn't say anything wrong.
I didn't.
No, you skirted ice, figure skated right through.
It was excellent. It was gracious.
It was not a
It was not a calypso. See, that's the funny thing. Fleet does not actually cuss all that much. Calypso, on the other hand.
That's fair. Calypso is
It's a pirate.
a pirate.
Okay.
I don't know about
You
that
work with me,
entirely.
it's a whole different.
That's
Anyway,
entirely-
I'm gonna back to center. So I'm gonna temporarily change out a background. So one of your backgrounds is now gonna be a +5, and it's going to last until the end of the session. And the background is going to be, you will remember the initial fight that bound us as friends. It has to relate back to me. So the background, unfortunately, is now you are basically inspired by this spider monstrosity.
Beauty.
But you get a +5, and you get a +5 to all of your skill checks, your attack rolls, your saving throws, and your death saves.
Is that a once per?
That is a once per session.
Nice.
All right.
Okay.
So it is now Miles' turn.
Welcome back.
Neat.
You wake up.
I wake up riveting, full of energy as your moves fall.
As your fell in the escalation die, though. Still up.
Sweet. You're still in.
Never mind.
So who's around me that's evil?
Yes.
I mean, you're not entirely certain about Maeve, but
Yeah, I'm very uncertain about that. But also,
no. Nope. There's one mook left alive.
I'm gonna... I guess I have to get up, so I'm gonna get up.
Right.
And I'm... Ooh, do I know which one it is? Since I've been unconscious.
No, everything is gone cattywampus.
Can we yell at him?
No.
I mean, you can always yell at
I
your
mean,
fellow
I am stabbing something.
Kill the spider!
PC.
That's not really clear.
Unfortunately, I think because I have been out of it, I'm gonna go for the two that are facing the other direction.
As if they're
As if
going
they are
after
the
your
ones
new
that are...
friend.
Yes.
All right.
So, I will roll to attack. Second
You
time.
get a +5, too.
Oh, well, that's good. I still have the advantage thing, though, right?
Mhm.
Cool.
I don't
So,
know why you let me play this class.
I
It's
don't know.
ridiculous.
18, 22.
We'll look at it after.
22.
22 hits.
And I do...
Oh, yeah, that's why. Because I
10
can only do
damage.
most of these things only once.
Once every 4 fights. Perfect.
10 damage.
10 damage. You take out both of them. You come behind them and just
Snicker snack.
Slice them.
open their throats.
And I think I'm actually out of pretty much all the cool stuff, so.
Jabberwocky.
All right, that is the end. Miles, you take 6 ongoing damage. Right?
Awesome.
Roll your save.
Yep,
Even though no one's on me.
because the ongoing damage just
All right.
you haven't saved against the effect yet.
What's the save?
11 or higher.
I rolled an 11.
All right, you save.
I can
Plus
verify.
All right, escalation die at 2. I'm going to just end the fight here. It's one weakling move. You should be able to end it between Maeve, Sparky, and Y. And with that,
So do I get that?
all right, both of you roll a d20 and see who rolls the higher, and that counts as your kill.
18.
Swish!
At it again!
All right, how many minions do each of you guys have in front of you?
Trace.
3, 4. Do you have a magic item at this point?
Oh, shoot, I do. I didn't use it.
All right. So, as you kind of go around the courtyard, give me a second, I'll pull it up, because I forgot you have special magic items. All right, so the last of the mooks fall, and the remaining 4 kind of go back into honor guard position around Trip. What do you guys
Not
do?
bad.
Can I go kill them?
No.
You sent them on me.
Actually, all you just heard from me was just...
She did not. She was protecting you.
I think you can do whatever you
She
want.
convinced them to not go after you guys, but the other ones were more intent on it. These 4 are going to listen to her and not attack you.
Still reloading my crossbow.
She's gonna click the convey that she saw the future, and she's going to explain what we are all heading towards.
So there's this throne thing down below. 4 braziers that seem to each have one of the elementals or elements in it. There's someone on that throne, and yeah, maybe having 4 extra things with us. Bodies.
I don't know if I would
Alright.
trust.
Hold on, as you kind of are looking around, Colin, your eyes are drawn to the Varlings' bodies. You seem to kind of have when you smell something really good to eat, and that you start salivating in the back of your mouth. You know that these things have poison glands. You kind of want to eat them.
Okay.
Do you start chowing down?
Yeah.
Wait, what did
Did
you
we finish talking? Telling us?
Yeah, I finished telling you guys what's going on, and as I'm picking apart a
Barley.
barley.
I asked,
Yes.
what are you doing?
You guys hear, which translates, one of us.
Nothing to worry about it.
So,
That's
you
poison.
can feel
Yes.
the gland, your body reacting to the poisons in the Varlings,
Mm-hmm.
and you develop a poison gland graft.
Okay.
If poison is your native element,
Which it is.
you get +1 to critical threat range roll, your critical threat range. And you
Okay.
find your body sort of hardening from the toxins, and you get +1 to your AC.
Sweet.
Your skin takes on kind of more of a greenish, kind of sickly, venomous look to it.
So now my crit range is 17 against mooks and
19 against everything else.
15 when I'm staggered and surrounded by mooks.
Yeah.
Let's do this, guys.
Spider poison.
Let's go find another battle.
All right, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Nope. We're past me.
Okay.
I'm good.
We gotta go down there. My people are down there.
Can we kill most of them?
We already killed
Leave these 4 and other ones that seem to attack you.
Yes. Yes.
You might want to put those on 2
Yes.
separate ones. Sweet.
All right.
AC
Let's go
going
inside.
up.
All right, so these mooks will stay until your next full heal up, in which case your charisma effect kind of...
Wears off.
No, they decide to go and spread the good word about the great trip, but they will no longer escort you. So if none of them survive until your next full heal up,
No one else knows.
no one else knows. If they survive,
But my question is, I saw the future, and the future was they were with us.
it's one possible future.
I hate the future.
Oh!
You played the threads.
It's true. Touche. Before they go, I'm gonna touch
Well,
one of
they'll stay they'll still stay
Oh.
until your next full heal up.
So we got 2 more battles with them.
Okay.
We've got 2 battles where they are our buddies.
Technically one, because the first fight was a double strength.
Okay. We've got 1 battle.
That's what. That seems like some. Okay. All right.
I'm ready.
All right.
Can we go into the dungeon?
Yeah.
I think, so just for some clarification, so the bonds that bind us is only once per scene, so my buff to him is gone, as long as there's a next scene.
Yeah, we'll transition into a next scene,
Okay,
but it'll
okay.
be it'll
I
be
just
a
wanted-
little bit.
I just wanted you to know so he's not, I'm not buffing everybody for the duration of a whole game like crazy.
No, that's totally fine. I appreciate it.
Boo.
I'm being honest.
Right? So what's the
Boo.
Players. Strong warriors trying to
I
promote
think
good.
that these Varlings should lead on, and you let us know if we're getting close to your magic hammer.
Just
Do you store the vial of his blood, by the way? Why?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Keep that for sure.
first off, there's nothing magic about my hammers.
You have 2
Do
of
you have a
them?
magic wrench?
No, I have 2 hammers.
Screwdriver.
No, I have 2 hammers,
Shovel.
both of which were
A hammer?
forged.
His other one?
Do you want to be
The one he
Thor?
has.
Both of which were
It
forged
resists your magic.
by my parents in the last dying line of. It's not magic. Dwarves and magic do not. No.
You don't understand me.
No. I don't like the whispering. I don't like the clicky clacky.
You got
I'm
it.
still about to kill that thing.
Touch her, you die.
Yeah, I like
Sparky kind of,
And it will be worth it.
its ribcage
But-
kind of ripples because it can't actually suck in a deep breath.
But
It's got a lot of heart. Not that you can see it, but it does.
my
Got a lot of
hammers are not magic.
Right.
My 2 hammers were forged by my parents, my mother and my father, 2 blacksmiths of a dying trade of the last of the blacksmiths with the dwarves,
So you're double fisted.
basically.
Hey guys,
And I am missing.
there's no blood
half
in
of
the
me.
whole vat thing. It's empty.
Cool.
Yeah, up here.
Cool.
Nobody touched it.
Rest of it.
No.
I'm gonna
Did you
ask
take
her
all of my
more.
blood?
No.
The Great Trainer!
Why did you? How much of my blood did you?
Where,
You shouldn't have.
where did it go?
I saw you take
You
at
just
least a
seriously
vial.
take it?
He takes the blood that goes in the basin.
Dude, it wasn't her. It was the Great Drainer.
Drain.
The thing that they're all talking about. Took the blood because it drained the
That being
basin.
said, I
It
need.
wasn't us. So chill out.
We're gonna go inside and
I
go to the Great
need-
Drainer.
You all hear
The Great Drainer.
a ring, as if a massive hammer has just struck an anvil, and it kind of ripples through the ground. You see stones sort of
Nice.
fall out. Some of the trap doors, like webbing, kind of falls through, and then everything was silent.
Maybe that was his shovel.
Hammer.
That
His tool.
His tool.
The
Magic
weight,
tool.
the weapon.
Not magic.
Oh, rippled.
does that
Can I touch one
does
to
that
figure out where it's coming, like the location?
Way down.
does that sound like
Let's
my
go.
hammer?
Let's go down.
Oh, you would know the sound of that hammer anywhere.
So what's the answer to my question?
Yes.
Are you gonna charge inside?
Let's go find your...
Let's go
Please say
inside.
that you do. I mean,
I will walk up to the door with the rogue.
Yeah.
Say,
I'm
what kind
gonna.
of traps you see going in
I'm
here?
starting.
so remember, beyond that is the courtyard.
I'm
Mhm.
kicking the door. I'm just
There's
straight up.
there's no gate, right? Remember,
Oh,
you
there's
were
no-
you were stretched between it, so you guys
Oh.
kind of head through into the courtyard.
I'm sorry. I thought you
Yeah.
said there was a
No.
door. My apologies.
I'm gonna look
yeah.
for any sort of traps or any more places that Var could come out of.
Okay, give me. So this is just going to be an intelligence plus level plus trap finder.
Harold?
So that will be a
18.
22 plus. Sorry, 1 second.
No. Take your time. Take your time. 18 is that's very good.
I don't know what trap finder is.
That'd be a back.
It's one of your
Flip up,
talents.
flip up.
You have trap sense.
Should be.
Well, I rolled a 23 at least.
Okay, that's good enough. As you head into the courtyard, you see what was once a very beautiful landscape, like a courtyard of a massive castle. There are several fountains that have dried out, overgrown with vines. You can see a lot of bar webbing sort of hung between the statues, the fountains, what is left of the ramparts. The main keep has collapsed. You can tell from certain portions of the walls that maybe it used to be 2 or 3 stories, but now it's barely 1. But you can see where a large chunk of rubble has been cleared out of the doorway, and it's actually been propped open and kind of reinforced with bar webs. And there is a series of silken ropes that kind of hang over the edge. You also see a large stack of crates that look partially like they were stacked up and they're sort of being moved next to the whole entrance. And all of the crates are marked with 3 leaves.
He was just branded with some leaves.
He does. He's got a big brand on his chest.
Not a good sign.
So where'd you get those?
I told him everything that I said.
Yes. There's a ton of places that barlings can come out of, but they seem to not have been used recently. Or used very recently.
Where'd you get the brand?
Would I know if the branding is associated with the Guild of the Fallen Leaves?
Oh yeah. If you guys have a relationship with the Guild of Fallen
Yes.
Leaves, you definitely know that all of their cargo is marked and such. Also, what's also interesting is, if you have a relationship with the Guild of Falling Leaves, I want you to roll the icon relationship right now and tell me if you get a 5 or a 6. These will not count for new tokens.
On a
This is
D6?
how much information you have.
I got a 5.
You got a 5?
Nope.
I got a 5.
You got a 5. The two of you know the brands do something more than just identify the cargo. One, they're marks to say, like, stay away. This is under our protection. But also, they prevent the mark goods from being scried upon. As soon as the guild takes possession of cargo, it disappears from divination magic until it arrives at its intended location.
So would we know if this was his intended location or if it was forwarded?
He's still got the mark on, so they have not.
So it wasn't the intended location.
It's not the intended.
So my guess is they are trying to deliver him to the
Great Drainer.
the Great Drainer.
The Great Drainer.
Yeah. So you said you couldn't divine where his hammer was? Hey, what does your other hammer look like? You got any leaves on that? Because you might not be the only cargo.
Well, I know that sound, because I traced it in the web, came from down.
Yeah. But that's not divination magic.
No, that was just me figuring. Freaking spider.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say we.
It looks just like this one. It looks like a hammer.
Is there any leaves on that hammer?
There's no leaves on the hammer.
There might be leaves on the other hammer. And my guess is
Which hammer do you still have? The one forged by your mother or the one forged by your father?
Didn't do that together.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
I mean,
Somebody
that's
tell
what I was
me,
thinking, but I'm
give,
not using that.
tell me which die, and then somebody else tell me evens or odds, because
Roll
I don't
D6.
know. D6. Somebody tell me.
Odd is dead.
Odds.
Okay, odds is dead. All right, let's find. Let's
It is mother's.
mother's.
You have the mother's?
I have my mother's hammer, and it is my father's hammer.
And
I'm
your
trapped
father's
lost.
eyes.
Aww. So, Babe and Y, what are you doing while they're doing all of this investigation? And
I wanna. Can I like peek into the opening?
yeah, the hole?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
see what's down there.
Yeah, as you kind of look down, you can see that it used to be, you can see like vaulted ceilings, but it looks like much of it is collapsed. You don't see like an entrance per se, it's just a hole in the floor. And there are several like bar webs kind of evenly spaced down. You're guessing that most times the bar would just sort of jump from web to web, but obviously there are people here who need ropes to go all the way down. And you think, in the darkness, you see a light, and then you recognize there are spirits down there, and that's what you're seeing.
Okay.
You can call the undead to us.
Not all spirits are undead. Y and Colin?
Yeah, okay, I want to say that
That's
I'm like
scary.
skipping behind them as they go into the area.
Yep.
And then I see the crates of the leaves and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know these leaves. I use them to eat my berry wraps.
Nice.
Are you opening the crates or just commenting on the leaves? Just out of curiosity.
Just commenting.
All right.
Just providing knowledge for all my friends.
Can I walk over to the crates and look at them?
You can.
That's what I want to do.
They're all nondescript, 2 feet high, 4 feet wide, 3 feet deep.
I want to open one.
I
Wait.
walk away.
Question, actually, before I do that. Is it branded with the Guild of
They're
Fallen
all
Leaves?
branded with the guild.
Ah. Can I use my trap sense on them?
You don't even need to roll.
It's trapped?
They're magically protected.
Okay, I'm not
Ward.
going to touch it.
Okay.
Dang it.
I'm going to use cash in my gilded
Sucks, they are
leaves
tasty leaves,
with
man.
the green side. Welp.
It worked, even though I dropped it.
And I am going to use my positive relationship with the Guild of the Falling Leaves to find, I guess, a manifesto or
A manifest, not a manifesto.
Whatever.
Manifesto.
manifest.
We are the Guild of Falling Leaves.
Yes. A manifest is a list of what's in
And then a manifest
And like,
Dang it! I really want to write the manifesto of the Guild of Falling Leaves, but
Next time.
next time. Yeah, I appreciate that. I know you'll come through for me.
Unfortunately, yes, you're not wrong at all.
No, I'm not wrong at all. I know it. All right. So as you kind of, you know that on one of these crates there should be sort of an extra dimensional space where they kind of slipped the contract in, or at least part of the contract that says what is being transported. And you find that, you kind of pull it out, and you can see that between, like, this is not all of the crates. Like, they delivered something close to 3,000 pounds of goods, including one dwarf who adheres to the required specifications of the ritual. And it says, verified by Guildmaster Lilith.
Isn't that... Never mind. That's a different mythology. Never mind.
Doesn't sound right.
Among these crates are, just a lot of very weird reagents. Things like, there are ritual tools, there are, candles made from the wax of rotting trees only found in the swamps of Denul on the night of the winter solstice. There is incense made from the bodies of priests of the gods of death, ground up and seasoned appropriately. There are listen. You gotta season stuff appropriately. Otherwise, it just smells like burnt, dead old trees.
Can't be.
Maybe a little rosemary and that.
But what is most interesting to you, aside from the whole thing about the dwarf, there are 35 gallons of elf blood. Just chill. A single shard of one of the dwarven gods. Unspecified, but verified.
Just
You don't know this.
The far side of the table is hysterical.
Only she knows.
Yeah.
And 4
That's fair.
Caneth elemental coins. Now here's why those are important. You are a fortune teller, so you are used to the tricks of the trade, the trappings of the trade, which include coins and different things for divination. At this point, Caneth elemental coins are worth so much that they are practically worthless. If you could find a buyer, a king would give up his kingdom to have one of them. They possess 1 mote of each of the 4 true elements suspended within the gold of the coin. They were used before.
1 mote?
1 mote, M-O-T-E. So like a single grain of elemental fire, elemental earth, elemental water, and elemental air. They were used for planar deals when the Caneth Empire owned most of this area ages ago. They're very rare. They are being...
How would you use something like that?
I can tell you how I use it.
So, that's a king's ransom, like, in this box.
Yep. Yeah. Oh. What do you think is specification? No, wait, that was besides the point. Probably. I agree. Probably a size thing. You're right.
Oh boy.
Okay.
You know that the majority of the elf blood is high elf blood.
Okay.
With just a sprinkling of what else?
My guess
Sorry.
is, assuming are you going to tell us any of this?
She just asked if I wanted to
should tell you any of this.
What'd you find?
A lot of interesting ritual implements. Incense of dead people,
Let's burn it.
Incense of old dead people.
Yeah, let's burn it.
Incense of old dead holy people.
Yeah, no, let's burn it.
I saw a dwarf explode.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. We should burn it.
To burning it. I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna work. 'Cause
It's protected by magic.
She's trying to translate that he's saying let's burn it, and she's trying to say, well, no, he's on that, so
I know.
he would also be burned.
Yes.
No,
I'm
let's
trying to not
let's
say
burn
that.
it. No, this
I don't
is
want
bad.
him to.
Bad juju.
Another hammer strike falls and rings up from below. I'm going to need a save from you, as you are standing right next to the edge of the hole.
I was gonna ask if I knew what the spirits.
Well, you may find
You
out
might.
really
Hey,
close.
good luck.
That's right.
Wow.
Hey guys, am I dead too?
So
Awesome.
Wow. From the necromancer.
Oh,
What'd you get?
no.
Oh.
Oh no!
Oh,
no!
Or the entrance collapse and Vave falls. I need one more save from you real quick. 4? Okay, you hit the first web, bounce against the wall heavily to the second web, and land on the third web. You're not dead, but you definitely just took...
I'm just
That pause.
Sorta
Wow.
You are just sort of dead. I see what you did there. You did
Mostly
take
dead.
11 points of damage from the fall.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Well, you are a spiderly-like woman.
I'm gonna go ahead.
Legally distinct from other things.
Well, before I run over there, I'm gonna ask her: is there anything worth trying to get into these boxes for?
There's a few things. But if you can get past the wards, there's some treasure.
Can I spend my token? I don't know if this would actually work, but
Give
I
it
would
to me.
like the Wanderer to open up one of these boxes for me. Is that allowed?
So that's one icon interfering with another.
What if, in my time as an experiment, saw a lot of different magical boxes being opened, a lot of these crates being opened in the area, and I might know how to get past.
What do you have
those wards.
relationship on?
Red Alchemist.
I'm gonna touch the box first to see if
You can touch
The Red Alchemist is probably way more appropriate in
Okay,
the situation
Sweet.
than the Wanderer.
That's why I asked.
No, that's fair.
Because the Red Alchemist would have gotten such boxes
Pass.
in the past, and I would have seen how it would do.
Alright, so what I need from you is intellect plus level plus background. Intellect or
Actually, Froling
intelligence?
has a question.
Sure.
When do I get to mess around with this high weirdness stuff?
Anytime you're critted, or I think you could take your standard action to just be like, I want to be weird, and see what happens.
19.
19?
Woo-hoo-hoo!
Alright, it's... Two things happen.
Uh-huh.
You open one of the boxes.
Yep.
I'm going to need a D100 roll from you.
Okay.
Oh,
And
God.
one of the leaves disappears off the box and appears
What?
on your hand.
Oh, what?
Hey,
Yep,
That's
what
not.
I figured.
That's bad.
You have
I don't know
3
anything
on
about
you,
these
it's
leaves.
fine.
66.
Yeah, no, just.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, there's definitely 3 big jugs of blood in here.
Cool.
Is that all we got?
Hey, I could use
All
one
you
of
got.
those. I need some more.
You saw how it worked.
Yep.
Your turn.
You're pretty
Last
sure that if
roll.
you tasted it, you'd be able to tell the difference between high elf blood and low elf blood. Just saying. You don't need to. Just saying you're pretty certain.
So now that I've seen her open a box,
Okay.
am I able to open a box?
If you would like to.
do
I'm-
it.
I'm gonna just.
You gotta
She
Use-
scared me. I'm not doing it.
Nah, you gotta
I'm
use
gonna,
it.
I'm
No,
gonna just
use one of your rogue
follow the
backgrounds.
thread.
Alright.
I mean,
I'm gonna touch a box.
I don't think it's gonna help me.
I'll come right back to you.
Well, we'll find out.
I'm instead going to run over to where Babe is.
I'm gonna touch a box,
down
so it grants me insight to the future of that box.
You see that box burning in a pyre.
Cool.
Yep.
That's not a good sign.
You also see, like, other figures in the pyre with the box, and they're all rather familiar, but you can't really figure out who they are in the flames.
Don't touch the box.
I'm really proud of you for none of you making 7 runs.
I want to touch a box.
You want to touch a box?
You're already branded. They're already looking for you. You might as well.
No, I don't care. Just gotta open one, because I was in one of those boxes for a while. I need to see what else is in there.
Alright. You open one of the boxes. One of the leaves transfers onto your hand.
So that's 4 leaves, so that violates
and then roll me a D1 100 roll.
Yes, sir. We'll do.
And then we'll come right to you, Colin. Or Dave.
Oops. That's a 90?
Alright, you open it and there's a lead chest inside of here. The whole thing is packed with a lot of hay and straw. And there is a lead chest kind of in the middle.
So
only about that big.
Can I open that chest?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanna open it.
Alright. You pop it open.
I don't like it when he rolls dice. I don't like it.
Does a 31? Wow, that's high. Does a 31 hit your AC?
He opened a box.
Yes.
16 points of damage. You just see runes flare, and it suddenly smells like burnt dwarf. You notice the Varlings.
I'm not dead yet.
Wait, no?
Smells so good. Alright, so Colin, you've hit the third one down. You land badly. Something crunches.
I still have 2.
Dave, sorry.
I still have 2 hit points.
Spend your recoveries.
Yes, I'm going to. Is that all you got?
You were not hit by an attack.
That's your best shot? Oh.
This is a
That's not a...
Just a...
This is a trap. Alright, so you come down, you have fallen 60 feet. You're pretty certain if it wasn't for the 3 platforms, you would have taken a lot more damage. But you are now down in the base of this castle. You can see that you've fallen through several levels, and you are kind of here, and you can see that most of the level that you're on is still around. But you can see something has fallen through. You see the ruins of like a tower about 40 more feet below you. And that's where you see the spirits. They're not moving, they're just sort of trapped under this intricate layer of glass and metallic threads that kind of weaves this ward as far as you can see down this tunnel. You should release them.
Can I use one of my backgrounds?
Sure.
I wrote down the Walker of the Great Path.
Yes.
Can I know anything else?
Sure.
About
Give me a wisdom plus Walker of the Great Path plus level. Currently, your dwarf is being barbecued.
Do I know if I cut off my hand, will the stay with the hand, or will it transfer to a different level part of my body?
It will definitely transfer to the brain part.
Bold. That is...
What you can tell is they are mortals. They are almost on, like, they kind of have been stuck between like mortality and immortality. And there are, as you kind of look down and your vision refines, and you kind of keep looking, there's legions of them down there. All right, those of you up top, what are you doing?
I have a question.
Sure.
If I ran over to the hole in which she fell down, would that be considered closer? Like near?
Yeah.
Can I just use this? Wait, that's not the
That's
one
an
I want.
enemy. You want to?
Yes. I can help. Okay.
Hashtag I can help. Why?
Oh boy.
Can you
Why
use your spells outside of...
do you want
Okay.
to
You
help?
still
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna use my Shadow Dance spell.
Okay.
Where 2 nearby creatures, enemies, or allies, including me, can teleport and swap places. So I'm gonna try and swap places with him.
No,
You totally do.
places. No.
You totally do.
I don't want
I'm
to. No.
You see these shadows engulf you, and you're like, but the spirit!
All
You're
right.
standing up there, and now you are currently laying on your side about 60 feet down
Wait,
in the
does that
hole.
mean she takes the damage?
No, she just, like, teleported.
Aww. Okay.
You
We
can
don't
climb
take
down the
any damage.
ropes.
Can I go back?
Yeah, you-
can go back down.
What's
So
down
it
there?
just is like,
Or not?
Oh, it's dark down here.
What's down?
the great Draenor waits beneath.
Babe.
Opposed
Wait,
opposed that we will raise a great statue to the great trip.
Wait, you will depose them?
No, wait, we don't speak your language.
Get out of here, you dirty common.
Well, deposition is more of
my
a...
graceful racial
legal
power,
term.
what does that mean?
When the escalation die reaches 3, you get to take 1 extra standard action.
Can I do that now?
No, you gotta wait for it. That's in a combat.
Combat.
You don't need to worry about that now. We're not in combat time, so you don't need to worry about that.
Since I saw her just magically appear and then start descending into the hole, I'm gonna go ahead and start climbing down.
What'd you find? Okay, I guess we're just going down. Cool. I'll wait till you guys get to the bottom. Let me know.
I'm gonna stay up there with you.
I'm gonna leave up there, but
Are there
You-
more ropes going down?
Oh, yeah.
Further
Yeah, you guys can make
Can
your way
I
down.
keep going
Yeah,
down?
it takes about a half hour for you guys to kind of descend to each of these web
Alright.
platforms. Not you can get to the last, you just have the last 20 feet, or
Let's
40
go.
feet to go down. When you get to the bottom,
I've
you are
already been
standing
down.
again on this...
You'd rather get float up into the sky? I push him in.
I just... God's help. I'm gonna roll against that.
Do you really push him in?
No.
Okay.
No, come on, do just let's
I
do
shove
this.
you. I said, come on, let's go.
Okay, no, shove me in. Let me roll against that to hold onto the ground and not go
Give
in.
me your save.
Okay, what am I rolling a save against?
Per push.
strength.
It's just a save, so it's 11 or higher. Yep, you go falling. Give me another save to see if you can catch one of the ledges.
I start climbing down.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I
I do not like this.
Oh, we'll all be together.
With another
We'll
crunch,
all be together.
you take another 13 points of damage. my friend.
I think he's definitely dead. He was mostly
did
dead.
you spend your recoveries up top like you were supposed to?
I
You gotta get to at least
I
stack.
did. Oh god, it's helped me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I can't count right.
All right, so-
nope, that puts me below 0.
You had to spend your recoveries while you were up top.
I did.
2 above.
Hat
Stagger.
stacker.
I get 2 above
have-
staggered?
You have to go to above
You have
stagger
to.
before
You have to
can
spend
leave.
your
minimum
to
of
above
above.
stagger.
And stagger's half.
Yes.
Yes. So you should be fine. You just are running low on recoveries.
Okay, well, let me
You do the math.
retroact a little
Go
bit.
back to-
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
going to go back and describe. So, you guys get to the bottom. Some of you quicker than others. Some of you gracefully. Some of you more like a falling dwarf stone coming out of a catapult.
Falling dwarf stone.
That's so good.
That sounds about accurate.
When you get down there, you can see that you are walking on a crystalline floor. Again, interwoven with. It is a massive spell sigil. Nope. Went all the way to the bottom. Alright, it is a massive spell sigil. It is pitch black. What little moonlight reflects down the tunnel does seem to pick up, the glass kind of picks it up and reflects it. And so you have a lot of light right here, but it's sort of dark beyond. And you can see that under this glass, there are, from what you can see, dozens of warriors in archaic-looking scale mail. Each of their pauldrons sort of has that red scorpion, kind of claws and the tail coming up to strike where it kind of mounts in here. And they're all asleep and they're mostly humans. There are a couple of oxen, there's a couple of Varthan mixed in there. But they're all asleep, weapons kind of over their chest, laying down their bodies, completely unaware of what is going on. The spell sigil is definitely elvish in origin.
You okay?
Sorry, what's going on? It's just a little... that was... Whoa!
Yep. You notice that only one thing cracked when the dwarf hit the ground, and that was the dwarf's face.
Just
Nice.
a little... Just
A little more blood for your extra
Well-
cuts.
blood is a sign that you're alive.
Yep.
You are very alive.
I'm
Very.
Now you have to spend those recoveries.
You gotta spend more.
Yeah, if I could
No.
spend another one, I would
You
love
totally.
to.
Anytime you are not in combat, you have to spend recoveries until you are no longer staggered.
Fabulous. This 10 has been terrible.
Now, one thing about 13th Age, we don't keep track of resources like rations or torches. You all have backgrounds. You're all able to see in the dark based off the backgrounds that you have. Whether it's a magical background that lets you see spirits, whether it's, crazy elementalist background that lets you, summon elemental fire, whether it's just the fact that you are a trained thief and you always carry unguents that allow you to see in the dark. Or well prepared, and you're a miner. Miners always have lanterns with them. That's how we handle things like this. So it's all more narrative than it is. Oh, I'm sorry, your torch has been lit for an hour.
And now it's
An
burned.
hour.
I just gotta shake it off. I'm gonna be okay. It's just been a little bit.
Can you help standing up?
You see,
Yes,
also,
please.
written in blood on top of this sigil, this symbol here.
Have we seen
Are
that before?
those-
You have not seen
Movies?
this before.
Even
Wait,
though
written
I'm
in
a-
blood on top of the sigil?
No,
Yeah.
those look like
Could I
elf
get into my
dress.
elven background to see if I know?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm a rival temple infiltrator.
Don't elf have
Nothing?
like
No,
even though
no,
like
no,
Tenebris?
no.
I've heard legends of how elves have.
There is a line for our show that we're doing that's not part of the line that we're going to
I think
cross.
it's swearing. It's not.
So it looks like this funnel that goes down and two fangs that kind of come up down on either side of it.
Can I pick out if that funnel has scales or
It does not. They're just
like-
really bad at drawing.
Just
brick?
Because it isn't blood.
It looks like whorls.
Oh.
Yeah, it's close. This is why I use things like Dwarven Forge and minis.
Can I lean over to my little car buddies? Be like, do you recognize that?
Yes, it's the Great Drainer.
That's
Oh,
the
yeah, that
sigil?
makes
The
sense.
sigil of the Great Drainer.
Cool. Alright.
The sigil is a great drainer.
And it's on top of that elemental.
Yeah.
Can I use any of my elemental abilities to kind of like call this dude out?
I don't like that idea.
You can definitely give me a charisma plus elemental plus level roll.
Is there
Okay,
any other
charisma?
way off of this?
Oh yeah, it extends out. You can see the pillars of the castle foundation kind of rest upon this. But you also see that we've transitioned out of sort of the human-looking architecture of the Van Sefan keep into like a more ancient, elvish sort of castle.
Charisma plus elemental plus what?
Level.
It's plus 10.
10, wait, level 1?
No, this is 4 is your, this is your plus
No.
Oh,
This is
okay,
gonna be
10.
plus 10. We'll roll.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
Roll
D20 plus
plus
that.
Oh.
18.
Alright, so you're calling on your magic to do this.
Yes.
Alright, so would you like to describe what it looks like when you call on all four elements at once? Like, how are you drawing on this? You, by the way, feel all of those little webs start to, they're thrumming. And all of your Varthans sort of kind of...
I reached out and pat one.
Right.
Second run.
That's from
Okay, wait. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm describing
aware.
what he looked
I'm
like.
also-
What do you look
I'm gonna
like?
use a
as your-
recovery die. just
Yeah,
so
go
you
ahead.
know.
You may use recovery dice if you have them.
Yes, please.
Tell me if you got them.
It's so.
This is what we came here for,
recovery-
guys. It's fine.
So,
So, like, I start moving and we go through the
+1 to
elements.
0.
So first, like, the earth comes up to support me, and then it's like fire
So you
and
get
water, and
a
it all
total
mixes
of
together,
6.
and then wind, and it's all kind of like a tornado
back
kind of
to-
thing of different elements,
Yes, it goes back to
and then it settles,
Okay.
and then drainer, let's go.
Okay. So what are you yelling out to the drainer?
Pretty sure she just said drainer, let's go.
Yes, yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, actually, no. What I want to say is, Drainer, we've come all this way. Show yourself.
All right. There is a deep answering rumble in the earth, and you definitely
It was fun.
feel something respond. Something is coming.
Guys, we did it.
And you can see this light sort of rises up at the far end of the tunnel that you were facing down, running kind of perpendicular to the main tunnel that the hole that you descended. And you can hear another ring, the third ring of the hammer.
I'm sorry. Did you what?
And
Maybe he has your hammer. We can get it back.
you
That's-
hear
No, that's
steps of something massive sounding off this glass that resisted the fall of a tower that fell, right? The tower broke against the glass of the sigil after falling like hundreds of feet.
Bag on the sweets, am I right?
And you can see
You
I
still
sidestep away from you.
you can see light starting to fill the chamber, and you see two large shapes coming towards you.
There's two of them.
And we will start there at the start of our next session. So, wow. Not how I expected tonight to go, but that is one of the great things about 13th Age. You guys have so much narrative control. You get to twist and do things like that. So, did you guys have fun?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
about to have
yes.
fun.
You're about to.
So, we will pick this up next week. We have our full group together. And next week we will see what Y has summoned out of the darkness. What the Drainer has sent. Is it the Drainer? Is it some of his minions? Or are they coming
Excuse me.
for the sacrifice? Who knows? Knows, even. Tune in next time on Monday nights for more of 13th Age Heroes on the Edge of Desolation. Tomorrow night we are back with our Tord game, which will be back in the Nile Empire. And then Thursday we have Fading Suns, and Friday things get worse with Adventures in Gevergin. So take that as you will. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to our producer who's sitting in the back. She does a great job.
Yeah, he's the best. Yay!
Who is subscribed even tonight. We have a new subscriber already. And yes, check us out on, you can find our podcasts on Spotify under Iconic Productions. There's the Iconic Podcast, there's Games and Dice, and you will find audio transcriptions of, or just the audio rips as a podcast of all of our games. We're slowly getting those up. So yeah, this has been Iconic Production. Thank you for watching 13th Age.
Thank you.